evening, sports fans. Crobat for the win of the token minorities here today with the GBA Week 8 versus CybertronVGC. So apparently CybertronVGC is actually a pretty big name in the VGC community, and I really didn't know that until someone told me. So that is pretty cool. I think he's been in a whole bunch of events. I look forward to playing him today for sure. This is a must-win game today. If we want any chance at the playoffs, we need to upset everyone. We need to spoil games. We have to do all these crazy things. I just want to keep winning after that dumpster fire of a start to a season, going 0-4. Could you imagine how amazing it would be to be at 500, a number I never thought we'd see this season? I'm so excited. Why don't we jump into the teams? Let's talk about what he brought. So he brought, or has rather, Aegislash, Rayquaza, Mamoswine, Toxapex, Megalopony, Wobbuffet, Kartana, Gligar, Xurkitree, Magmortar, and Azelf. So I'm rocking a Mega Alakazam with the Alakazite, Psychic Shadow Ball, Protect, and Psychic Terrain. So that is to block Megalopony's Quick Attack, Fake Outs, Aegislash's Shadow Sneak, and I can try to protect, King Shield, Stall, stuff like that. So next we got Crocodile with Lumberry for Z, Hypnosis Circuitry, Earthquake, Knockoff, Pursuit, and Stealth Rock. So that's a really nice mon for the Aegislash, of course, for that Circuitry, for all that stuff. Basically, good utility, good Pursuit, just got a lot going for it that I can use. Palkia goes ham this game. Lustrous Orb, Brine, Spatial Rend, Substitute, and Heal Block. If he brings Toxapex and I can get this in on it for free, this thing's gonna get at least 3 KOs. Like, it can't not get 3 KOs. Its Spatial Rend can be spammed completely, and once Aegislash is under 50%, Brine just OHKOs it, even in its shield form. We got Genesect with Choice Scarf, U-Turn, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, and Flash Cannon. So it's a specially based Genesect. Just gets good coverage in this game, and of course, U-Turn is never bad with Genesect. It just uses it super well. So, pretty self-explanatory. Our next mon is going to be Silvally Water. We've got a Parting Shot, Thunder Wave, Surf, and Defog. So that Thunder Wave is, so if we have to Thunder Wave on Rayquaza while it's trying to set up Dragon Dances or something silly, we got that option. Obviously, Parting Shot's just amazing in a game with a Rayquaza and Aegislash as well. Super great. Surf, just good neutral coverage, and it hits Mamoswine. Can't forget that. That's also partially for Mamoswine. Finally, we've got a Subseed HP Fire Tapu Bulu with Disable. Disable or Relax Nature, so that way we can outslow a minus speed nature Magmortar, just in case that comes, but otherwise it has no other repercussions in the game. And HP Fire is for Kartana, and Disable would be like to disable Return from Lopunny, or maybe Flamethrower from Magmortar, something like that, so we could set up more. That's the team we're rocking, and I really like it. I think Palkia really just puts a hole into his team. It outspeeds most of it, and if he brings Pex, good luck to him. I'm getting a free sub up and destroying his life. So, he brought Megalopony, Mamoswine, Toxapex, yes! Rayquaza, Aegislash, and the Kartana. So I feel like it's pretty much what I expected. These mons are pretty manageable starting this game, I'm thinking. The Megalopony is a pretty obvious lead here. That's why I led with Crocodile, because I just wanted to get that Intimidate off. I wanted to be able to switch into Tapu Bulu, especially with a -1, so that way we'd be even more comfortably taking attacks. And I know if he goes for Fake Out right here, we are going to get all that HP back with the terrain, with the leftovers right now. And that's what we do. He's going to Mega Evolve and go for that big Fake Out. And when I say big, I mean literally the worst move on the planet, because as I predicted, all of that HP is going to be recovered, and he's not going to want to stay in. So this is a free sub time. He's going to go to Aegislash. That's fine, because I get my free sub up, which means I can get free seeds up right here. And we are going to have a really good time. Aegislash is just going to be whittled down super quickly. I Leech Seed and miss! There goes my luck, of course. That would have been really helpful right now, just so I can switch around, get some health back with things. Goes for the Shadow Ball. Where's Iron Head? Where's Flash Cannon? You know, I see those moves definitely come into this game. Also, Leech Seed would have been amazing to have residual damage on that Aegislash. I see he's Life Orb. That's actually very important. I need him to weaken himself down a little bit. I see the Flash Cannon now. Now that my switch to Crook is potentially obvious, I'm really hoping that I can disable that Flash Cannon, and then that gives me a free switch into Crocodile here. I really would like to do that. The Flash Cannon obviously is really good against us. Let's try to disable. I hope he goes for it again. If he does, we are going to be in amazing shape. Nope, he goes for Shadow Ball, which is equally as powerful, and it's going to do a ton of damage. So that's really bad. Bulu is crippled to the point where it probably won't be dealing with Mega Lopunny too much now, unfortunately. I mean, that Aegislash now has some residual damage on, and I gotta get it below half for Palkia to be able to touch it a lot. But you gotta remember, on a switch in, plus rocks, plus stuff like that, it'll be worn down. With this Life Orb, it'll be worn down half pretty easily. Then, I do switch the Kirk in, because he can't go for Flash Cannon. Gets a crit with the Shadow Ball. Are you kidding me? This puts me in a pretty good position, though, because if he wants to live a potential Pursuit, he has to King Shield. I also know he probably can't KO me with anything else. Given I saw Flash Cannon and Shadow Ball, he's probably special with Shadow Sneak or just fully special. So, yeah, I get a free Stealth Rocks up as he King Shields, which is fantastic. I then get the knockoff off. Love saying double offs. Would have loved to have predicted that, but if he got me to switch into Rayquaza, oh my gosh, this would have been a dumpster fire if I let him get into Rayquaza that early. So we get negligible damage to Megalop, unfortunately. I was really hoping he would try to go for the fake out here, but he did not. He did not, and I was really sad about that, but that's okay. Tapu Bulu didn't really do what we intended it to do this game. However, we press on. We press on through this game as we send out Mega Alakazam, or what will be Mega Alakazam. And the fantastic thing here is I know Aegislash is his switch, and Aegislash is getting worn down with the rocks and the Life Orb and all of that stuff, so I'm going to Mega Evolve, set up my Psychic Terrain. Now, if he has Shadow Sneak, which I think is possible if not likely, I mean, I have two things weak to it on my team. A Life Orb Shadow Sneak with probably even a timid nature, not timid, a modest nature, would still probably OHKO or come close to OHKO and Gengar and Mega Alakazam. So terrain is up, so he can't use priority. This is fantastic. So I protect as he goes for an attack. King Shields, that's fine. I know he can stall out the Psychic Terrain, but I want to get in his head a little bit. I want to try to Shadow Ball. That's fine. I'm going to protect now as I anticipate him to go for an attacking move. Here we go again. That's fine. We know this song and dance. We're dancing here. We're dancing along to the beat of the song. We're going to swap out. We know he's going to King Shield here, and this is going to be a free entry into Crocodile with Intimidate. Not that it matters probably too much, but it's there. We got it. Got a Crocodile's dancing along the screen. Look at that funky background that just disappeared. Oh, love Psychic Terrain. Anyway, so he does not want to stay in. He's going to go into Lopunny this time, and here is where those Poison Stones dig in. Earthquake, really hoping for KO. It's going to be close, but probably not enough. Unfortunately, it's not enough. I really wish I'd gone for that Earthquake the first time. That would have been amazing. But it's okay. I have a full health defensive Soul Volley, and I do not see High Jump Kick, which makes me super happy. So that means I can live another attack, thankfully. So here's Toxapex. I get the moment I've been waiting for. This was the moment I prepared for in prep. I hoped he was going to bring Toxapex for this very moment. I parting shot on the Toxapex. Go into Palkia. It is time to take a train through this man's team. I'm going to set up a sub, and now Toxapex cannot touch Palkia at all with any move. And he's parting shotted to boot. So it might take 27 infestations to break my sub. Or whatever move he has. I do so much damage with that Spatial Rend. I'm going to blow that thing back into next year. So I'm going to heal block. It really doesn't end up mattering too much, but just in case I got a high roll or I miss a Spatial Rend, I don't want him to recover stall the Spatial Rend. That would be a problem for me because I only have 8 of them. I've only used 1 so far, and here's my second, so I got 6 more. That's fine. I should KO though, because he can't get Regenerator. There's no point in switching. No regen. With heal block up, he can't recover. And even if I get a low roll, I'm safe, and I was safe, and we took that Toxapex with Palkia. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? That is just so awesome. Palkia is here. It's going to go for the Brine, which is actually 130 base power. Didn't really matter, because anything would have KO'd that Lopunny. Literally tickling it would have KO'd. Here's Kartana. If he is Z, I can't switch into anything anyway. So I am pretty much sacking Palkia. I don't know if he expected a switch, but he goes for the Defog. I'm just going to stay in and go for the Spatial Rend. That is going to... I know it OHKO's Kartana. I looked at the calc. I'm going to guess he was Z, and he was predicting my switch. But if he was not Z, I knew I could live anything, and that's why I stayed in. So Palkia has sniped 3 KOs in this game. We see Rayquaza come in, which means it's probably Focus Sash. He actually had speed, and so there was a genning error on this thing. Apparently, the person who genned my team put 0 speed IVs on Palkia. That's nice. Good thing that didn't end up harming me, because that would have been really terrible. But we get a spatial rend off regardless. Now we outspeeds anyway, so regardless of those speed IVs. This is great, though. This is a great situation. Thankfully, the speed didn't end up affecting anything. Phew! That could have been really bad. So Palkia goes down after KOing basically 3.99 Mons on this man's team. Basically, Rayquaza's gone. Save the 1 HP it has left. So this is great. Gonna U-turn, because it's a free U-turn. Scarf Genesect outspeeds the Rayquaza. U-turn is nice to just do 1 HP of damage. Now I can go into the Crocodile here. I want to get up those rocks. It would be a big risk for him to switch into Rayquaza, but unfortunately he does. Hey, at least I still get rocks up, which is just residual damage the rest of the game, and if he wants to switch Ray out now, he can't. I do not want that Ray setting up. I don't mind losing Crocodile here. That's fine. I can live with that. Genesect, now outspeeds, can go for a U-turn or whatever else, and yeah, I think it pretty much is just going to be a U-turn. Yeah, so it's pretty nice that he defogged away the toxic spikes that were on my side of the field. I was very thankful for that. So he goes for the extreme speed just to get some kind of chip. And I forgot to, I think, say that. He defogged away my toxic spikes, or the toxic spikes on my side of the field. That was a little earlier, but anyway. So Savali comes back in because I know he only has 2 Mons that are left, the Aegislash and the Mamoswine, and I know, unless he's like a Choice Banded Earthquake, I can take any attack from this Mamoswine, given this is a bulky defensive Savali. Clearly he's not Choice Banded, and that Surf is going to do a ton of damage. Now, Genesect should be able to come in, click the Flamethrower button, because Mamoswine can take advantage of this. Mamoswine will give it a special attack boost. I should be able to click a Scarf Flamethrower and just win this game. Because that Genesect is at about that Aegislash is at about half health, and regardless of that, because of the boost, I should be able to KO even defensive shield form with Flamethrower. Gonna hit that Mamoswine and it goes down. I'm surprised he didn't Ice Shard just to try maybe for like dual crits or something. If he has Shadow Sneak, I don't know. Probably wouldn't have even KO'd even if it was dual crits, but regardless, gonna go for that Flamethrower and KO Aegislash, and we are gonna win this game 2-0. Yes!
Now hug me, brother!
So we've successfully turned around a dumpster fire season, and we are cruising with style now. We're going to be a 4-4 team. We hit the 500 mark. Can you believe it? We lose 4 games in a row. Some of them a little more unfair than others, but we'll let that go. And then manage to win 4 in a row now. We got 2 games left. And if we want any chance at the playoffs, we might be able to actually... We have 2 roads to the playoffs. We have to hope Aster J loses a bunch of games in these final weeks, and maybe by big differential. The other is hoping that our friend Cybertron ends up losing some games, as I end up winning some games, and I overtake him in the conference standings. We'll see what happens. But I think that's more likely if I had to guess. But I'm excited. The fact that we're even talking about playoffs is just so amazing to me. Good game, Cybertron. It was a fun game. Like I said, guys, I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this win. I'm so happy today. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace.